Hello, everybody. It's Hecko and Wizard Oz here. So, I'm going to talk to you about what is earth2 and is it a game? Okay. It's always been hard to explain exactly what earth2 is. Many of you still probably can't explain it. If you go to the website, earth2.io, it says earth2 is a futuristic concept for a second Earth, a metaverse between virtual and physical reality in which real world geolocations on a section map correspond to user generated digital visual virtual environments. These environments can be owned, bought, sold, and in the near future, deeply customized. And then 1-to-1 scale version is inevitable, and Earth 2 beginning exciting future. Phase 1 is now live, represents the global body aims to determine and understand. Okay, so what's being done now has never been done before to this scale. So they're taking, like, if you play any kind of video game, you have a map or an area that you play on. But they've never duplicated the real Earth on a 1-to-1 scale. And to do that, you need extremely good technology for zooming and scaling and all this. And the reason they're doing it is because they have that technology and it's been in development. And now they're building that Earth that you can scale in and out of. And so basically, they divided the land up into areas that people can buy and then create land or create buildings or whatever on their land and do whatever they want with their land. So if you have an island, say in Fiji, you buy an island in Fiji, you buy the whole island. When the game, the terrain editor comes out and the buildings come out, you can do whatever you want there. You can build a castle, temple, a village, whatever you want. Okay? And then people will be able to come visit what you created. So you're basically becoming like a designer. Now there's hundreds of people that are interested in this interested in it from a strictly financial investment perspective, where they when it gets more and more popular. And now it's early stages. So now the question is it a game right now? In my opinion, as a game designer, it was a game the minute that it started. Okay, it's not a video game right now as a finished video game product because Earth 2 is not a video game. Earth 2 is a gaming metaverse platform, which means it's going to use the real world to introduce different games and different versions of 3D gameplay. Now there is a economic simulation that exists in the world of Earth 2, and that's where the game comes into play. How well can you take a certain amount of money and turn it into something bigger? And that's what some of these board games behind me do. Like Power Grid, for example, behind me. You want to take what you get and do your best strategically to get more. For example, so I bought into Earth 2 with a lot of tiles, okay? And then I used the jewels that were generated on my tiles to purchase more tiles. And then I used some of the essence that was also generated on my land to combine it with the jewels to get money to buy more jewels and buy more land and stuff like that. So positioning yourself with a certain amount of income to become bigger in the game is part of the game. You know, having the best jewels, having the best land, having plots in the right places. Now there's much more to it where if you have the most land in certain places, you will have voting rights for DAOs, for special, if you have a lot of land in one country, you will be able to be more involved. And getting more involved and earning more money and getting it into there is gameplay, so you can have some say in when the platform becomes active. You're positioning yourself, the way you buy and sell jewels. Sometimes I've sold jewels for 8 cents and I've sold them for 50 cents. And you know, if you bought all 1,000 jewels at 8 cents and sold them at 50, that is smart gameplay because you're putting yourself in the position to make a lot of money to use that in the game. Now, yes, you can be an investor where it's just all about the money, but if you're doing it to play the game, to be better at the game when the game comes out, when the platform comes out and games are a thing. Now, they're going to introduce play to earn, which is going to be really exciting where anyone could come in and they can play a version of one of the games like drone or an escape room or whatever other games are introduced into the platform. People can play those and they can earn essence and they can earn money. And when that comes into play, you're going to have a lot of users going and saying like, I'm low income, I don't have a lot of money, but if I play, I can make money. And that's part of it too. And all these things that they talk about and their plans are things that we know about because we're involved and we hear all the talks, we hear all the discussions, we talk about it in Discord, we talk about jewels, prices, resources are coming soon. They originally didn't start as a crypto, as essence, which is what you generate, as a crypto coin because they were in development where they weren't ready to put it on the blockchain until they knew what they were doing. And they're still not ready. They're trying to sort some things out because it's a huge project. I mean, when I got in, I expected it to be immediately. I expected like 5 years before. And also, Shane made this point about technology and the how the gaming technology is going to be progressing in the future and allow more things. And I went to a metaverse conference and they talked about how they can have 10,000 people in one room at the same time for VR. And then they were saying how they were going to do some testing and they have their technology keeps getting better and they're going to be doing a test for 60,000 people in one room. Now that's what I believe that's what Jane was saying by like the more that it progresses, the more that they'll be able to do within the platform. Maybe when you play other games, they have these things called instances. Okay, it's like a game exists in an instance over a set background. So like if you play a game like Population 1, you play an instance over the city. And you could have 5 different groups playing at the exact same time in the same location, but they're not interacting with each other. And those are instances. And those can happen. And then the more technology advances, the more that they can increase the size of the instance to like thousands or 10,000, stuff like that. And the more popular it gets and the more they see people building things, people are going to start to say like, wow, this is cool, I like it, and it's going to grow. It is one of the biggest startups of all time. And you're gonna everyone is gonna see that it is a game, has been a game, and it will become more of a game later. But there's people that just bash it and say like, no, it's not a game at all. It's a complete scam. They're pulling wool over your face or whatever. That's not the case. It's a gaming platform in development, but then it's going to introduce a lot of really cool things. I'm extremely excited about it. Some days I do have my doubts, but I know that it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work and a lot of development to do something to this scale. And they want to, as far as getting the 1-to-1 scale Earth and the zooming, they want to get it right. And I think they will. I have confidence in the project. I believe in the project. And if you're on the fence, you don't know, you listen to these scam tubers and you believe what they say, their goal is to, like, their projects or their channels exist to call out scams. That's what their channels are for. So they need content, right? So, do your own research. Check it out. Like put in $10, $20. You know, give it a go. Buy some land. See how it goes. Follow along. You know, see what people are. Join the Discord. Talk to people. I mean, there's a lot of cool people involved in earth2. Really. So, yeah, this is about it. I don't want to go too long, but I do think it's a game, and the game is how you position yourself, how much time you put in. Like I put in 8 hours a day for months buying single tiles because I wanted to have tiles that I can sell easily to people later when they get too expensive, and I wanted to involve more people in the project easier as giveaways and things like that. And it turns out that single tiles increase your jewel count. And I get more jewels than almost anyone that I know per day. And those jewels benefit me. And that's playing the game smart. That's putting yourself in a good position. So when things do start to kick up and you are building and you are collecting resources, you are ahead of the game, right? There's a couple of places where I'm behind the game, like putting up power buildings. I haven't really done that. I should have, but I just don't have the time. I have so many properties, and I might be behind in the game on that one. But yeah, we're gonna see a lot of changes this year. The twos are aligning, as Shane says, and we're gonna see resources introduced. We're gonna see I believe, some version of 3D gameplay. We're going to see crypto introduced and a whole new crowd of crypto people coming in. Yeah, and I'll be doing more videos telling you more details of what the cool stuff that people are doing in earth2. So, take it easy and see you later.